What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Paddock, and today I'm going to show you 11 ways to spice up a note. So you're playing a song and you hit a note and you're like, man, I wish there was something I could do to make this sound more interesting. What can I add? Today's video is going to answer that question. I'm going to give you 11 things that you can do to a note to spice it up and make it sound more interesting. Before we dive into the video, if you like my content, I would really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. Also, things might sound a little bit different today. I got a new microphone for my vocals. Let me know how it sounds, if my vocal audio sounds better today. All right, let's talk about the ways to spice up a note. The very first one is to add articulations. So if you have a quarter note, you can do three things to it. You can dot it, play it short. You can dop it, a marcato, so play it short and fat. Or you can accent it. You can add any of those three articulations to it and it's gonna make it sound good. It's gonna make it sound different. So like in a melody, just by changing the articulation in that line, it sounds completely different than. So just by adding articulations, that is your first step in spicing up a note. The second way to spice up a note is to add dynamics. So if you're playing a moving line, play some notes louder or some notes softer. Or if you're playing a long note, shape the note. So either play it loud and get softer or play it soft and get louder. Or one of my favorite things to do, especially in jazz tunes, is hit the note hard, bring it down, and bring it back up. So it sounds like da-wah, da-wah. So you hit it hard, bring it down, and bring it back up. So that just adds a lot to the note. And the third thing that you can add is what I just did on that last note is vibrato. Besides just adding vibrato, you can also shape the note with how fast or slow your vibrato is and how deep it is. So depending on what note you're playing, where you're playing it in the song, you might want a slower vibrato or a faster vibrato or a deeper vibrato. The next thing is add a grace note. So a grace note could be from below or from above. The general rule is when coming from below, you're going to use a half step. When coming from above, you're going to play in the key of the song that you're in. The next thing you can do is just repeat the note. So if it's a long note, a half note, or a whole note, instead of just playing it long, do something with the rhythm. Just do something with the rhythm to make it sound way more interesting. Then we've got our favorite, a favorite of Jerry's, one of my students, a trill. So a trill adds a lot of motion to a note. So you can definitely use trills, and I would suggest using trills with dynamics. So when you're getting louder or softer, it just makes it more or less dramatic. The next is scoop. So approach the note from below or above by scooping into it. Or from above. So when you scoop from above, you're going to have to come from another note. When you're scooping from below, you can just start right on the scoop. Then you can add a neighbor tone, which is the note above or the note below, and it's also known as a half turn. Or, and you can put it all together to make a full turn. And the last one is falling into a note. So you can do that from below. So what you do is start below the note. That one I started on an E and I went into the A. The gold note was the A. Start on the E. I just did a chromatic run from the E to the A. You can also do the same thing above. This time I'll start on a C sharp and fall into the A. So you can fall into a note from above or below. So if you've got a note that feels a little boring or bland that you want to add a little special sauce to, try one of these 11 techniques. One or more of them will definitely work. So try them out, see what works, and that will definitely help make your songs and your melodies sound a lot more interesting. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video. If you now understand how to spice up a note, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Comments are always welcome. Thanks a lot.